Hello, Facebook Live. Shannon Wooten here. Happy to be with you today. I hope you're doing well. I am showing up today in just a very relaxed and kind of chill vibe. I have had a headache all day. It's one of those days where it's like the headache is like in your eye and you're just trying to like do everything you can to kind of like work through it and push through it. And as soon as I'm done with this live, I'm going to be done for the rest of the day. Hi, Melissa. I need to take a pause time out, but I promised that I would show up live for you guys all week. And so here I am, eye headache and all. So for those that don't know me, my name is Shannon Wooten. I am a life coach, author of Infertility Sucks You Don't, and writer. Welcome. I'm so happy to be here with you guys. For those that are tuning in live with me, say hello. Let me know where you're tuning in from. If you are a newbie, a first-time watcher, say hello and let me know that you're a first-timer as well. And if you're catching the replay, send me a hashtag replay. So welcome. All week long, I've been talking about the Savage Way, and my hair is crazy. You're just going to like hang in there with me today as you're getting the full effect of me, au natural, and my chill vibes coming to you live. So I've been talking about the Savage Way all week. Yesterday, I did a whole almost 45 minute to an hour training on it. If you missed it, go back and catch the replay. Let me know what you love. Send me any of your questions. There is officially, I think it's like 1 day and 4 hours left until the early enrollment closes on the Savage Way. So if you want to get in for the early enrollment price, get in tomorrow before midnight. Otherwise, Saturday, prices are going up. Micah, hello. Yay. So I am very excited about the program. I hope you guys are catching all the lives I've been doing all week long. And today I want to talk to you about something that I think is very important to consider when we're talking about confidence, and it is shame. The shame of it all. We all want to have confidence. I have never yet in my entire life to meet somebody that was like, oh, I wish I was less confident. We all want to have confidence. What happens with confidence, though, is what we make it mean and what we associate it with that allows it to become negative. And when we associate it with something negative, then what inevitably happens is shame, blame, fear, guilt, invalidation, resentment, desperation, and seeking permission. Talked all about this in the live yesterday. So today, I want you to think about confidence. And think about what you negatively associate confidence with. Just take a second. Let your brain mull this over. What do you negatively associate confidence with? People that are affluent, rich. Sometimes some people can say, oh, well, they're hoity-toity or stuck up or out of reach. So we're negatively associating them with. Doesn't mean it's true. They could be the nicest, most philanthropic person you've ever met. Yet we have this negative connotation that rich people are snobs. They're not real. Or somebody who dresses confidently, acts confidently, speaks confidently. They're a know-it-all. They act like their shit don't stink. We negatively associate it with these things and we shame it. A lot of the times when we shame confidence, it's because we don't know what it means to us. We don't have any idea or relationship to what it actually means to us versus the things that we're implying, versus the assignment that we're giving. Hoity-toity, egotistical, narcissistic, out of touch, know-it-all. When we shame things, we generally shame what we don't understand. We shame what we don't understand about people that walk with such confidence, people who present themselves with such confidence, people who have achieved things in their lives and this perception that we put on them. We shame what we don't understand about others, and we also shame what we don't understand about ourselves. So when it comes to confidence, as I talked about in the live, I think it was on Monday, it's all about what we identify with. It's about our intention. When we are not clear about our intention with anything in life, when we are not clear about our intention, we are with tension. Tension. It makes us feel confused. It makes us feel isolated. It makes us feel segregated, separated. Sometimes it can make us feel judged, lonely, a loner. It can make us feel ugly. It can make us feel weak. It can make us feel unsuccessful. So when it comes to confidence, we shame what we don't understand. And it doesn't have to just be about other people. I don't understand what it's like to be that rich. I don't understand what it's like to be that successful. I don't understand what it's like to be that pretty, that smart, all these things. It can be about us. I don't know what my intention is with confidence. Therefore, I shame everyone that I perceive has it. So then what happens? Conversely, when we feel confident about anything, then we feel that too. What we project out onto other people in their confidence, we then feel too, oh, that's right. Those successful people, they're so out of touch. Now I'm out of touch. No one will be able to relate to me at this level. No one will be able to understand me at this level. I'm going to lose people. I'm going to lose all my relationships, all my success, everybody that knows my heart. I'm going to lose them because now I'm changing. I'm different now. All the projection we have on people that have money and are affluent and take trips and experience things that we feel are so outside of our grasp. The minute we have it, oh shit. Shit. No one's going to want to relate to me. No one's going to communicate with me. No one's going to think that I can still be humble and lovely and kind and relatable because now I'm so out of touch. Because we don't know what our intention is with something and we shame it. And the minute that we shame it, everything that we're projecting out into the world, the minute that we do have it, we turn it back on us. So it becomes this paradox of I want this so bad. I want to have money. I want to have wealth beyond measure. And my intention with it is to get out of debt. And my intention with it is to be able to help my family as my parents get older, write a check. This is a non-motherfucking factor because I earned this money because my intentions are good. Instead, we doubt it. Now I'm that hoity-toity, uppity, arrogant, out-of-touch person. Because I'm not clear on what my intention is with having confidence to earn that level of success. I'm not clear on what my intention is to have the confidence to dress how I want to dress, to speak how I want to speak, to do what I want to do, to say no without explanation, and to say yes to every single thing that makes me feel like myself. Because I haven't gotten clear on my intention yet. Think about all the times you've ever read about anybody achieving wild levels of success, and then all of a sudden, they lose it. They're bankrupt. They bought all kinds of shit. Whatever the reason, it doesn't really matter. Because they weren't clear about their intention with it. They weren't clear about the fact that they could trust themselves with it. And so when they got it, because their intention wasn't clear, they became full of tension. I have to buy all these things to validate, to show my success, versus allowing myself to be with my success. Monica, anxiety is real, raw. Well, you really hit home with me. Confidence and shame. My sweater fell down. So when we think about confidence, and we crave it and we want it and we think about, if I was just confident enough to have this conversation with that person, then I would feel so much lighter and so much easier. And then all of a sudden, the universe says, boom, here's the opportunity. Have the conversation. And then we make it about the conversation. I can't say those things. I can't be that person. I'm afraid of hurting them. And we think that it's about the conversation. We think that it's about the content, what we're delivering, what they're receiving. It's not about the content. It's about the context. the context of who you're making yourself be in that moment, versus allowing yourself to be confident, versus saying, I can still say these things and trust my intention, instead of being filled with tension about what they're going to make it mean. That is not to negate that every person has their each individual own reaction to things, but you are not responsible for how they receive you. You are responsible for your intention, not their perception. Because guess what? If they're caught up in context too, then maybe they're not clear on who they are identifying with themselves to be. They're shaming who you are in the conversations versus asking, who am I in this conversation? We shame that which we don't understand, versus outward and inward. The savage way, as I explained in the live yesterday, is a full-bodied experience. And when I say that, I mean it's full body in the sense that this is not a compartmentalized conversation or experience that we have in our life about achieving wild success, about wearing a certain type of style of clothes or embodying that outfit or, talking a certain way. It's about all the things. It's not compartmentalization. It's about who you are in one area is going to be who you are in all areas. It's about seeing who you are with money, seeing who you are with yourself, seeing who you are with others, and trusting your intention and being confident in it and not shaming it 9 times out of 10 before anything has even happened. It's about knowing your worth through discovering yourself. It's about saying, yeah, maybe there are some things that I learned from my mom, from my gram, from a teacher, from an ex, but I don't have to apply that to me because that does not correlate to what I identify with and who I want to be in my life. We can love the things that our mom and our gram and all the people that make us feel good and lift us up have taught us. It doesn't mean that it has to apply. Doesn't make you a shitty person or something you need to shame yourself over by saying, this does not support me in being my most confident self. I don't have to shame them for what they taught me, and I don't have to shame me for saying it no longer serves me anymore. It's about believing in our continual growth, believing in our rediscovery, believing that anytime we are faced with something new is an opportunity to ask ourselves the question, what are you making this mean? What are you negatively associating it with? What are you negatively associating with that person and making it mean about yourself? What is your intention and where are you in tension? It's about deconstructing old beliefs, and it's about trusting that you are your greatest return on investment. You always were, and you always will be. Think about a time in your life when you felt the most free. Think about it. Chances are there are probably very little shame, very little judgment, and just a lot of ease, a lot of levity. I think to myself, my mom tells me that when I was younger, I used to take my clothes off all the time and run around the house naked. Makes me laugh. And I think about that person, that version of myself. And I think, you're so great. That's so fucking awesome. Because I was so free to just be like, that's it. Here it all is. And then, as we grow and we're impacted by other people and circumstances and our life experiences, we lose that. At least we think we do. We shame that. I could never take my clothes off now and run around naked. I could never scale the china closet or do a headstand on my living room table. Sure, I could. If I decide to shame it, then that's what it'll be. If I decide to allow it to be light and levity and reminiscent of a time when I was my most uninhibited, and trust that my intention is to be so deeply connected to myself and without tension, then I don't have to shame it. It's just whatever I identify it with. Yeah, there might be some people being like, there's a naked lady out in public and we should probably call someone, and that's like a little weird. But I can tell you when I went to Tulum I think almost 2.5 weeks ago now, there were naked people everywhere. Strangers I ain't never met before in my life. Hi, nice to meet you. Lovely boobs. Good for you. Very nice. Very nice. It's about trusting that you get to have a say in seeing how the relationship that you have with yourself doesn't only impact you, it impacts everything in your life. It impacts who you are with other people. It impacts who you are about your business. It impacts who you are about your relationships. It impacts who you are in your sex life. It impacts everything. We often convince ourselves that we need to be focused, compartmentalized in our lives. In order to make any sort of progress, we just need to focus on this one area first. Sure, if that's what you make it mean. Sure, if that's what you believe for yourself, you can only do one thing at a time. Sure. Monica, freedom! Yes. So think about how often, another thing that we do and we shame ourselves is we apologize. Think about how often you apologize without any reason, but you just say it to say it. Think about how often you shame yourself for having an opinion. Think about how often you even shame yourself for having a thought about an opinion. Consider how often you belabor over a misunderstanding, right? You're having a conversation with someone and they think that you mean something else, but you know that your intention was not that. And even though you explain it to them and you review it with them and you go over it and you say, this is not my intention, and they just still combat you and they say, I don't care. You still shame yourself over it. You take that responsibility on yourself. You make yourself bad or wrong. Instead of saying to yourself, there's a misunderstanding. That was not my intention. I trust my intention versus shaming myself, versus allowing myself to be an intention. Think about how often you seek permission or need a reason for anything. You need a reason to spend money. You need a reason to share. You need a reason to celebrate. You need a reason to say what you think. You need a reason to be yourself. Think about how many times you say to yourself, I cannot possibly do this unless I have a valid reason. My question to you would be, what's valid? So confidence allows us to say, I don't know how, but I trust who. It allows us to say, I don't know why, but I trust who. It allows us to say, I don't know what, but I trust who. And the who is you. It's not about what the world thinks. It's not about being, somebody posted on their timeline today and it reminded me of this right before I was about to go live. It's not about being the see me person. It's about allowing yourself to be seen, allowing yourself to be heard, allowing yourself to be understood. And the person that needs to do all those things for you the most is you. And when we shame what we want, we shame what we need, we shame our desires, we make a roadblock between us and our intention. Not just for us, but our intention with other people. Our intention for our success. Our intention for our whole life and the trajectory and the path of what we want to see come into reality. When we don't trust our intention, we create tension in our lives. And when we create that tension in our lives, it mucks everything up. So I wanted to come live to you today and talk to you guys about what you're craving. And what you're craving is self-understanding, self-actualization, self-realization. Shannon Wooten is like, every word of this was meant for me. Yay, Monica, I'm so happy. That makes me so happy. I really, really, truly mean it. If you guys are relating to this and you guys are feeling this, let me know, send me a heart, whatever it is. But know that all of this information and more is going to be expanded upon in the Savage Way. We'll go in depth with all of your self-righteous behavior, having humility about your self-confidence, not only in who you are in the world, but allowing you to receive humbly, allowing you to discover your independence, allowing you to abandon and deconstruct the old behaviors and the old patterns and the old, this is the way you have to be a redeemable person in the world, things that you were taught, and allow you to live in complete autonomy in the world and celebrating people in their independence, not making it bad or wrong, but also giving yourself the right to be autonomous and not make it bad or wrong for you either. And come ultimately to complete integration with your self-confidence, what that means to you. It's not a one-size-fits-all criteria. It's individual for each person, which ultimately leads to self-actualization. As I said, guys, the program is an enrollment application process because it is a very specific and curated space. So if you want to join the program, please direct message me and I'll be happy to send you the link to complete the application, because I want to make sure everybody in this program is a hell yes and willing to go on a very vulnerable and in-depth and expansive and challenging journey with themselves to stop making it about anything other than you just being you and you feeling like you in your life and in this world. So I love you guys. Be good to yourselves. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you as always for tuning in. Your energy and your spaciousness means everything to me. I love you. Have a great rest of your week and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.